Alam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Namayom Vishnupadaya Shri Gaura Priyamurtaye Srimate Bhakti Vallabhatirtha Goswami Namine कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतसक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेरस्मरणे হয় विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे হয় निज वांछित पूरण। Today is a special tithi. It is the appearance of Sri Shankaracharya and also the disappearance of one of the associates of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His name is Srila Bhakti Vilas, Gabhasti Nemi Goswami Maharaj. In the appearance and disappearance days of the Vaishnavas, we have to remember their glories. Shankaracharya is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, but he is a Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam yatha sambho. He is a Vaishnava. He has appeared in this world by the mission that Supreme Lord Krishna had given to him. That mission is to propagate Mayavad Siddhanta. Mayavada, or you can say, is the Advaita Siddhanta. Advaita means non-dualism. He is a proponent of non-dualism. Non-dualism means the living entity and the Lord are the same. There is no difference. Now, as long as we are covered by Maya, we have forgotten ourselves to be Brahman, but we are actually Brahman. So, in this manner, he had, proposed the theory of non-dualism. Living entity and Lord are the same. Not Lord, but Brahman is the same. But nonetheless, it is by the order of Krishna that he has propagated this message. because he is a Vaishnava. So today is his appearance day. So Shankaracharya, before Shankara appeared, Buddhism and Jainism became predominant in India. Because previously Sanatana Dharma was followed. India was always in Bharata Varsha, it was only Sanatana Dharma. But because of certain class of people not interpreting the Vedas correctly, they had they had not been following the proper injunctions, Vedic injunctions. That is, they started eating meat and flesh by taking the name of the Vedas. It is there, they can be, butchered in this manner, and if you do this, it's not a sin, something like that they are written. So, because ordinary people get attracted to the desires of the sense organs, they got deviated. Now, the Lord saw that the purpose of giving the Vedas is getting defeated. The Vedas are supposed to deliver a person from ignorance to and situate him in the supreme, that is asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya, means from asat, from temporary sadgamaya, take him to the eternal. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya, from ignorance take him to light. Mrityorma amritangamaya, and from mrityu, from death, take him to amrita, immortality. That is the purpose of the Vedas. Those who are in ignorance, they are transcendental mode of passion. Those who are in mode of passion, and from that platform to mode of goodness, and from there to pure goodness, purified goodness, or beyond the three modes. That is the purpose of the Vedas. But unfortunately, this was not understood, the purpose, and the Brahminical class, or those who are supposed to be the head of the society, head meaning the Brahmanas are considered as the head of the society. They are the ones who should direct the entire society in the right direction. But they themselves have taken these false means, and therefore the Lord saw that I need to somehow, stop the people from performance of Vedic duties which are misunderstood. So he appeared himself as Buddha, Lord Buddha, and he has driven out he has established how the Vedas are inferior and ahimsa, non-violence, is superior. He has established the principles based on non-violence, for which he had completely denied the Vedas. Therefore, because the Buddhas, those who are following Buddhism, they don't accept the Vedas, they are called as, Prachanna Nastikavad. It's a covered atheism. Although there may seem to be some kind of, morals and good guidelines, but it's an atheism in a covered manner. I'm not very sure, but I heard that one devotee told me that it is good you don't go into the temple of Buddha or Jains, because they usually place the sacred Vedic texts beneath the feet at the gate. They step over the Vedas because they don't believe in it. So I'm not sure how true it is. It doesn't seem incorrect because they don't believe in the Vedas. So he told that beware when you are going, because they step over the Vedas which we worship. So they don't believe in the Vedas. That's why they are called, Nastika. They are atheists. But the purpose was, it's established by the Lord only. Lord himself came as Buddha. It's established by Lord only. But the purpose is to not to drive away violence, or to interpret the Vedas in the right manner. So that is half done, but establishment of the Vedas is not done yet in the right manner. So he ordered Shankaracharya. Shankara Sakshat. Shankaracharya is none other than Shankara, Lord Shiva. It is the mission of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and to fulfill that mission, Lord Shiva, who is a Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, is a prominent among the Vaishnavas. He has been chosen by the Supreme Lord. So if we think that Shankaracharya is a Mayavadi, he is not a devotee, then we have not understood. Because Lord Shiva, and he has come by the mission, and we cannot understand the external activities. Vaishnaver Kriya Mudra Bigge Na Buje. Even the greatly learned scholars, they cannot understand the activities of Vaishnavas. They cannot be understood. So it is by the order that he has come. That is why, even though he has written about Brahman being or Jiva being non-different from Brahman, yet towards the end of his instructions, he only wrote about Bhaja Govindam. Govinda, worship Govinda, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja. 3 times he told, worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda. Mudhamate. Mudhamate means, oh ignorant mind. You ignorant fellow, worship Govinda. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrin karane. When the time of your departure comes, means when the death comes, samprapte sannihita kale, the time of death comes, nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Your learning of grammar, your learning of Siddhanta, your debate and argument based on the scriptures will not rescue you. Nahi rakshati. No, it will not happen. You have to worship Govinda. In this manner, he had, given this instruction to all about the worship of Govinda only, because he himself is a worshipper of Govinda. So, Sri Shankaracharya, he is called as Adi Shankaracharya, because nowadays whoever or the descendants of Shankaracharya, they are also called as Shankaracharyas only. Like we are called as Vaishnavas, they are called as Shankaracharyas only. And the Shankaracharya whom we are talking about today is Adi Shankaracharya, is the root, Mool Shankaracharya. So I think he appeared in the 8th century, 7th or the 8th century, and his father's name was Shivaguru. Shivaguru was a worshipper of Krishna. He used to have a deity of Krishna in his house, and he was a good worshipper, ardent worshipper of Krishna. Every day he would perform worship very meticulously, religiously, before he performed his other activities. He was a very ardent devotee. And his mother, Aryamba, she was a very devoted wife, very simple, noble lady, very devoted to her husband, and whatever her husband does. So she assisted everything, of Shivaguru. But when Shankaracharya was quite young, at that time itself he lost his father. So he was brought up by his widowed mother. He was staying with a mother, and then he was brought up. There was one Purna river very close to the house of Shankaracharya. His mother would go every day to take bath in that Purna river. Every day she would go. But with time, she fell sick and she was not able to travel she was not able to walk to the Purna river, which is a little far, although it is close, but it's not very close that she could immediately take a dip. So without fail she would take bath every day, but because of her sickness she could not go. Then Shankaracharya, or the boy, he prayed to Purna river to change her course of flow, so that his mother could take bath. The very ardent servant of his mother. Then next day Purna river had changed her direction and she came very close to Shankaracharya's house. And from that day onwards, Shankara's mother, she used to take a dip in that Purna river, which is very close. She didn't have to walk long distance. When Shankaracharya was only 8 years old, one day he would go along with his mother, small boy. So every day he would go with mother to the river whenever she went, to carry something or to safeguard the sari, whatever. He used to go, and alone, small boy, she cannot leave at the house also. So one day, when Shankaracharya went to the Purna river, he also took a dip in the Purna river. And then he started shouting, "Mother, mother, crocodile has caught hold of me, crocodile has caught hold of me. Please rescue me, please rescue me." Mother, she was helpless. She was looking for help everywhere, she could not find. Then Shankaracharya told that I am going to be gone now. My dear mother, only if you say that I can take sannyas, this crocodile will leave me. That will be my second birth. Otherwise, this birth is finished. Because Shankaracharya had complete detachment right from his childhood. He was a worshipper of Krishna from inside. He followed his father. But, he had no attachment to material things. And he had no desire to stay in the family life. Because his mission was totally different. He was ordered by Krishna to propagate. And therefore, why would he waste his time? So he requested his mother several times, but mother said, no. Such a young age, where will I stay? If you take sannyas, who will take care of me? Your father is not there. Then that day he acts that crocodile, Maya crocodile has caught hold of me. Then mother says, okay, what to do? Better, son is living with, taking sannyas is better than without having a son. So mother has that affection, so she told, okay, take sannyas, no problem. Then immediately the crocodile left and he came out of the Purna river. He took the mother's permission and then he accepted sannyas when he was only 8 years old. Can't believe a small boy, 8 years old, he does not know anything about sannyas yet, but he has taken sannyas and he has set forth in search of Guru. Where will he find Guru? His mother took promise from him that, you see, I have nobody, you are also going, I have nobody. If I am dead, you have to come back to offer your final rites to me. There is no one who can do it. You should do it. Only on that, your assurance, I can permit you to take sannyas. He said, okay. Whenever you remember me, I shall be there. I have come for a different mission, but whenever you remember me, I will be there. So Shankaracharya left his mother and then he came to one Advaita Guru. His name was Govinda Bhagavat Pad. He came to Govinda Bhagavat Pad to seek for knowledge, to accept him as Guru, to accept him as his disciple. But Govinda Bhagavat Pad's a small boy, 8-year-old boy. Okay, so he tested and he could understand that this boy is not an ordinary boy. He was so much satisfied, he initiated him. He gave him Ekadanda Sannyas, one stick, not Tridanda. And then he gave him the Advaita Siddhanta, full knowledge about the Advaita. how the living entity is not different from Brahman, the entire Advaita Siddhanta. 8-year-old boy, even if we read the Advaita Siddhanta now, we will not be able to understand with such an age also. He was 8 years old. How can we call him as an ordinary boy, ordinary person? So he was ordered by his guru Govinda Bhagavad Pad that he has to, because Govinda Bhagavad Pad is already old now, he told that you have to preach this Advaita Siddhanta everywhere. So he took the Guru's mission and then he traveled to different parts of the country. In different places he established various mutts. He converted so many Buddhists and Jain followers to Sanatana Dharma. And many of them had been driven out. Many Buddhists and followers of Jain philosophy had been driven out of India. We see only traces of Buddhism and Jainism in India now by the mercy of Shankaracharya. So he had driven out. Mostly you find in Tibet and China, but not in India so much. So now Shankaracharya, he traveled to different parts of India. He made several disciples. He established 4 principal mutts in Kanchi, in Puri, in Dwaraka, in the western side he established in Dwaraka, and in north in Badrinarayan. So 4 places he has established, the principal places. He has established temples, ashrams, and then he preached. When Srila Shankaracharya was traveling to different places, he met one prominent teacher of Vedic injunctions. His name was Kumaril Bhatta. Kumaril Bhatta was a follower of Vedic injunctions or the Vedas, but he was more attached to the Karma Kanda aspects. So Shankaracharya met Kumaril Bhatta because he wanted to talk to him on the Advaita Siddhanta, not karma. Karma is not important. Important is jnana. And we have to understand that we are non-different from Brahman. But Kumarila Bhatta almost has entered into the fire. He has set himself into fire, Kumarila Bhatta. Because Kumarila Bhatta had a guru previously. He was a Buddhist. He had a Buddhist guru. But he had attraction towards Sanatana Dharma, Vedic Dharma, Kumarila Bhatta. So he had given up his guru, Buddhist guru. So he felt that he had committed an offense by not following Guru's order. So it is better to give up my body. So he had set himself to fire almost. It is at that time Shankaracharya came to him. He told, you see, I am already set to fire and I am going to go. I have no time. Shankaracharya told, I can stop the fire. And then we can discuss. He said, no, I don't want that to happen. You can go to Mandana Mishra, who is in Bihar. You go to Mandana Mishra. He is also talking about Purva Mimansa, Karma Mimansa. Karma Mimansa is by Jaimini Rishi, about the Karma Kanda activities. So you go to him and discuss with him. And you establish your Advaita Siddhanta in front of him. He had so many disciples. If he is converted, then your mission will become successful. So he came to Mandana Mishra, and then Mandana Mishra had some repulsion towards sannyasis because he believed in karma. Sannyasis give up karma. They don't perform karma. Therefore, he had repulsion to sannyasis. Any sannyasis he sees, he cannot bear them, tolerate them. So when Shankaracharya came along with sannyasis, he did not respect him. He told, you have no place, only karma kanda people can come. But later he agreed finally to invite, Shankaracharya to his house. Shankaracharya came and then he told, I have come as a beggar to you. Yes, what do you want? I am begging debate with you. I want to debate with you, that is my bhiksha from your side. Yes, no problem. Because he was a very learned scholar. Mandana Mishra was a greatly learned scholar in Karma Mimamsa or the Purva Mimamsa part of the Vedas. So, or it's an interpretation of the Vedas. Purva Mimamsa by Jaimini Rishi is an interpretation by Jaimini Rishi. Like Veda Vyasa Muni has given an interpretation of Bhakti in his Srimad Bhagavatam. Like Jaimini Rishi has given the interpretation of Purva Mimamsa or about karma from the Vedas. So, there was a discussion between, debate, not discussion, debate between Mandana Mishra and Shankaracharya. When there is a discussion or debate between two, there should be a judge. Who had won, who had lost. So, who would be the judge of this? It is Mandana Mishra's own wife. Her name is Ubhaya Bharati. Ubhaya Bharati is considered to be an incarnation of Saraswati Devi, direct Saraswati, goddess of learning. So Ubhaya Bharati is the wife of Mandana Mishra. So she has been appointed as the judge, but she is also very vastly learned. Otherwise, judge, he cannot be an ordinary person. Judge should be very learned. Then there was a debate between the two, Mandana Mishra and Shankaracharya. Mandana Mishra talked about, karma mimans, about the karma kanda, ritualistic activities of the Vedas. And Shankaracharya was talking about the Brahman. And there was a very, very lengthy debate for such a long time. And Ubhaya Bharati, who is the judge and also the wife of Mandana Mishra, saw that her husband is getting defeated slowly. He is not able to stand in front of the argument of, Shankaracharya. Even though she is judge, she is supposed to be neutral. Judge should be neutral. But she has a relationship with, Mandana Mishra as a wife. Therefore, that took over. And when she saw that the husband is completely, has lost the debate, she told, your job is only half done now. The wife is considered as the half of husband. So you have only defeated half of my husband. You have to defeat the other half also. But during this debate, she could understand very well that she cannot enter into any debate in terms of Vedic discussions. She understood the learning of Shankaracharya's depth of his understanding, and nobody could refute what Shankaracharya is telling. She could understand that. So she said, you have to answer what questions I am asking you. And then she had asked questions from Kama Shastra. Shankaracharya was a small boy. When he left the house, he did not enter into married life. He is a sannyasi right from his birth. He has no knowledge, anything about Kama Shastra. Other things, other Vedic texts he has, nobody can stand in front of him. But Ubhaya Bharati requested or demanded that he should explain about Kama Shastra. Shankaracharya told, okay, if that is your desire, allow me 1 month time. He took 1 month time from Ubhaya Bharati, and then now to study Kama Shastra, you cannot be a sannyasi. Sannyasi is not supposed to study Kama Shastra. So, what to do? He has to, if Mandana Mishra is, defeated, then he would have one half of the country. So many followers of this what you call karma kanda aspect of the Vedas. So in order to fulfill that mission, he was looking for a corpse, a dead body. Because sannyasi's body has become sannyasi body. With this body, he cannot associate with women. He cannot, talk about any Kama Shastra, learn about Kama Shastra. So, he was looking for a body through which he can understand Kama Shastra. And he found a dead body of a king, Amaruka, King Amaruka. He immediately told his disciples that I am going to leave my body and enter into the body of the king. My subtle body is going to enter into it. And while I am not back to my body, you have to take care of this body. Because I will come out of the king's body. I need a body to come into, and this body is a purified body, sannyasi body. I have to come into it in order to establish the Vedic, understanding. So you please take care of it. So he gave this to Padmanabha, one of his sannyas disciples, and Hastamalak also. And he came out of his own body, and which was being protected nicely. Because if anyone knows that there is a corpse, they would not allow. In Vedic system, corpse cannot be kept for a long time. It needs to be burnt very quickly because they consider it as impure. So if anybody comes to know that there is a dead body lying here, then it's going to be difficult. So in such a risky state, he entered into the body of a king. The king, who is now almost on the pyre, who is going to be almost burnt now, he suddenly stood up because Shankaracharya is there now in it. And now everyone was surprised, but nonetheless he was taken back to the kingdom. And there, as a king, is an enjoyer. As a king, he has learnt everything about Kama Shastra. But now, the king's behavior was totally different. The previous to his death, he was a total enjoyer, sense enjoyer, non-believer of dharma, non-believer of God. He was totally different. Now, his morality, his behavior, his conduct, everything has changed, which brought some kind of, doubt in the ministers of that kingdom. He told, no, this cannot be our king. Something wrong with him because he cannot be so nice. So, before they could completely detect where the Atma has come from, where the dead body of Shankaracharya is, or they had even went to the degree of burning, the king's body. Immediately he came out of it and then he entered into the sannyas body. He came to Ubhay Bharati, and Ubhay Bharati could understand. There was no debate that was held now. She could understand that Shankaracharya could do. Even when he asked for 30 days time, she was sure that Shankaracharya can do anything. And so she accepted her defeat. Now, before the debate started between Mandana Mishra and Shankaracharya, there was an understanding that if Shankaracharya loses the debate, he will become disciple of Mandana Mishra. And if Mandana Mishra loses, then he will become a disciple of Shankaracharya and give up his family life. That is the reason Ubhay Bharati did not want that to happen, and she argued. Now she had no way out, so she had given her husband to Shankaracharya, and Shankaracharya initiated him, made him a sannyasi. His name is Sureshwar. So, in this manner, through Sureshwar, he had propagated. Now, previously he was a, Karmavadi. Now he completely into Advaita Siddhanta. He has propagated Advaita Siddhanta. So they say Shankaracharya lived only for 32 years. At the age of 32, he disappeared. But within this time, short time, He had propagated the Brahma Siddhanta. He has written Bhashya, Sharirika Bhashya, Shankara Bhashya in such a young age. Also, he has written so many other stotras, other scriptures he has written. Today is also disappearance of Srila Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj. Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj appeared in Howrah, in a place Brahmanapada. When he was very young, he was married because it was prevalent during those days, and he was living with his wife in that particular village where Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came. Prabhupada gave him Harinam and Diksha on that very day. He had established the deities of Shadbhuja Gauranga in the place where he was living, and he named that as Prapannashram. Prabhupada named that as Prapannashram, where the six-handed Gauranga Murti has been established, and both husband and wife, they have been initiated into Harinam and Diksha. The husband's name means our Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj's name became Gaura Govinda Dasadhikari. Previously his name was Girindranath. His father named him Girindranath. Now his initiated name is Sri Gaur Govind Dasadhikari. And his wife is Dhanishta Dasi, Dhanishta Devi. And after few years, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur saw how he is detached completely from material things, and he had initiated him into sannyas. He gave sannyas to him, and he is named Bhakti Vilas Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj. So, after the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj came back to his Prapannashram, and he continued his services there. He continued the preaching of Srila Prabhupada's mission while staying there. He was a very good singer and very nice speaker of Harikatha. Many persons would get attracted to him. His way of preaching was by distributing prasad also. He would distribute very nice prasad and speak very nice Harikatha, and his voice was very nice for kirtanas. So on this particular day, in the month of Vaishakha, means mid-April to mid-May, on the bright fortnight, fifth day of the bright fortnight, he has disappeared, and he disappeared in his Purvashram, means Prapannashram, where the Prabhupada's prominent members went to participate in his final rites. He was given samadhi at that place, and Viraj Sabha was also held. Many disciples of Prabhupada attended, and then they spoke about his unparalleled contribution to the mission of Srila Prabhupada, his enthusiasm for preaching, and how he was very, very devoted to the service of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Kumar Sant Goswami Maharaj explains or spoke about one particular incident that has happened several years ago when Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj took him along with him for Diksha, for begging alms. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur one time told that he is in need of 500 rupees more than 100 years ago, or about 100 years ago. 500 rupees that time is not a small amount. So he asked Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj if he could collect 500 rupees and give it to him. He said yes. And then he took along with him Srila Bhakti Kumud Sant Goswami Maharaj. He was a Radharaman Prabhu, small boy at that time. So he took him along with him. And then for 500 rupees you have to go to Marwadi's place. Marwadi means the business class persons, from Rajasthan, very rich people. So now 500, nothing, anyone you can ask. But previously, very rich people, it's 500,000 rupees at least now. Or at least 200,000 rupees, easily it will be now. So he went to the house of this businessman, and the gatekeeper did not allow them. The gates were closed, they did not allow them, because he understood that they are beggars. They did not allow. They requested, but he did not allow them. The next day, Srila Gabhasti Nemi Maharaj rented a car. He rented a car, and then he came to the gate of that businessman, and the businessman immediately opened. The gatekeeper immediately opened, because now he's not a beggar. Person came in the car, must be very rich person. He opened the car, opened the gate. So Gabhasti Maharaj entered into the house along with Radharaman Prabhu, and there were so many women who were in that house who were not ready to invite any guests, but he just entered. And then the women folk went inside and they complained to their husbands or whoever men are there. You see, a person, sannyasi, has come and he is not going out without any permission. He did not even ring the calling bell. He just entered. Just go and see. So the male persons of that particular house, they came and they were driving away. Get out, what are you doing? I will go out only after I complete speaking. No, you are not supposed to do anything, just get out. No, I will not leave unless until I speak. So without even invitation, without even asking for it, he sat on the chair and then he started speaking Harikatha. Whether they were ready to hear or not, he just was speaking Harikatha. So seeing this, some people, they were not ready for anything. They just want to drive him out. But the moment he started speaking, slowly they started getting attracted to what Maharaj is telling. So they sat down. The women from inside, they also came, sat down and started hearing Harikatha. And Maharaj spoke for a good amount of time, Harikatha. And then they were attracted by his Harikatha, his speech. And then the house owner who was driving away Gabhasti Maharaj, he fell at his feet and he begged for forgiveness. Please forgive me. I did not know about you. I had insulted you. I tried to expel you out of my house. Please forgive me for all that. Maharaj did not say anything. He just stood up and then he started coming out. Then he gave pranami, honorarium, in an envelope. And later he opened and saw it is 500 total. It summed up to be 500 rupees. So without asking for it, he did not say any amount, nothing. He just went and then he spoke Harikatha. And then he gave 500 rupees. Not rupee note, because those days there were no 500 rupee note. Only 1 rupee note or 50 paise like that, collectively. So, and then later this landlord or this businessman started coming to the mutt, to Gaudiya mission in Bagh Bazaar. And then he became a disciple of Srila Prabhupada also later, by the special mercy of Srila Gabhasti Maharaj. So our Bhakti Kumar Sant Goswami Maharaj, during his Viraha Sabha, during his separation festival, remembered this pastime, how Gabhasti was so fearless in preaching the message of Srila Prabhupada. And in order to serve Prabhupada, he would not take a back step whatsoever. So he spoke about his glories. So today is the disappearance of Srila Gabhasti Maharaj also. I pray at the feet of Srila Bhakti Vilas Gabhasti Nemi Goswami Maharaj, and also at the feet of Sri Shankaracharya. May they be pleased and bless me with the strength to perform the service of Hariguru Vaishnavas birth after birth. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Paramaraditam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad Pranam Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Saparikar Shri Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radha Govinda Shri Radha Gopinath Jiu ki jai. Jai Shri Pa Shankaracharya Prabhu Shubhavir Bhav Titi ki jai. Jai Shri Nityalila Pravishthom Vishnupad Param Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vilas Gabhasti Nemi Goswami Maharaj Tirobhav Titi Puja ki jai. समागत हरि कथा श्रवण करि भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।